Boom shakalaka.
Oh, wow. Oh, pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's going to be OK Bud. I'm Ben Kissel on Instagram at Ben Kissel1. Jerry Aquino is not with us. We have Alejandro Dowling joining the show.
Hi.
You can check him out on Instagram at Death and Entertainment. Death and Entertainment, of course, the show that he also co-hosts with Kyle Ploof at Kyle Ploof and myself. Alejandro, people like it when you say your name, so perhaps you could announce yourself.
I'm Alejandro Dowling.
Yeah.
There it is. If you want to watch the show live on Patreon, go to patreon.com/diebud. Also, if you want to shoot an email to the show, okbudpod@gmail.com. I got a message yesterday from a listener named Sade, and it was beautiful, and she mentioned how I encouraged her, and I didn't do anything.
Right.
But she said that she lost about 185 pounds after our meeting, and so I helped her in some way.
That's
which
awesome.
is amazing.
Yeah.
And you all helped me out as well so much. So thank you for that very, very kind message. Again, okbudpod@gmail.com if you want to message the show. A couple of updates to get to. Heard again. That, of course, is the man who was murdered by his older brother at the Meow apartment building, the Michelle Meow apartment buildings, just had his funeral today. About 100 mourners went to St. Luke Roman Catholic Church in Toms River for the funeral of Joseph Herdigan, whose brother Matthew allegedly stabbed, beat him, and ate his eyeball with a knife and fork.
Jesus
It
Christ.
hurts again to hear the story.
It really does. So that puts an end to a very tragic family story. Of course, the beating occurred using a knife and a golf club, and then the cat was lit on fire. So what a strange funeral that must have been.
Jesus.
My God almighty.
Was it a double funeral with the cat?
Do you get buried with the cat?
Well, it was already cremated, so.
That's true. Well, I would put it in a little kitty urn.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. That's always the strangest things when celebrities die and they're like, and they were buried with their 7 dogs. And it's like, did the dogs die on the same day?
Yeah.
Well, that can happen, as we'll talk about another time.
Yes.
Of course, Death and Entertainment this week, we will be covering Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Ooh, my Lord. You can't say gone too soon, but gone kind of strange. Can you say that?
Very strange.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking quite a bit about that. Also, an update on celebrity deaths. Matthew Perry. So we covered him obviously extensively when he passed away. It has now been revealed that he was given a total of 27 ketamine shots in the final 3 days before he died in October of 2023.
So what's the normal amount?
Not 27. Yeah. All I know is not 27.
Yeah.
That seems like an excessive amount of ketamine.
Like one probably per day or something.
I mean, a perfect situation, I think, is none.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he had 27 in 3 days. And as we covered during his discussion of his deceased corpse, they used him and abused him. And they were like, this asshole will pay anything for ketamine. They overcharged him, which is really the biggest crime I see here.
Yeah.
Big Pharma.
So he did that over the 3 days. It was 27.
3 days, 27 shots.
9 shots a day. That's it seems excessive.
It does seem excessive.
You'd think you'd take a nap after like the 3rd one.
Apparently there's he did.
He did. He took a nap after the 27th one for sure.
The old long nap.
There's 27 again.
Yeah.
The number.
Doesn't go away.
Indeed. There's a new Peacock documentary, Matthew Perry, A Hollywood Tragedy. So that's out already. But they do come out with these, the documentaries come out very, very fast now, don't they?
Yeah.
Remember back in the day, it took a couple of years before we could assess the person's life in a relevant and accurate 2020 viewpoint from afar. But I guess they can poop them out pretty fast these days.
Yeah. I mean, we're covering Gene Hackman the day after we found out.
True.
Well, that's true.
Wonder,
it's not a documentary.
Right.
It's not a Peacock
No,
documentary.
these streamers are like salivating every time someone dies, and they come up with like salacious stuff. We like to do more of like paying homage to the people that passed away.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I wonder if his stepdad, Keith Morrison, was involved in the documentary.
if he narrated it. I mean, he's probably the greatest narrator voice of all time.
And speaking of salivating over deaths, that guy, I'm sure he got excited about every other death but Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. At this point, that's just his job. Of course, Keith Morrison, he is the voice. Was it Dateline 2020?
Dateline.
Yeah.
So I think he was pretty far removed from those. I don't think he celebrated the deaths. He said, oh, another great day. He's talking about death. I think he had the same emotion talking about death as he did reading the Taco Bell menu, which I would love to hear him do.
Yeah.
Just hearing
Chalupa.
just hearing him say
Diablo sauce.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not saying he wanted people to die, but the man enjoys his job.
Well,
He likes to talk about it.
So every time he sees a mass shooting, he's like job security.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
A part of him is like, ooh, I have a lot to say on this.
Yes. Another 3 months of work here at Dateline NBC. All right. Well, let's move on to a story about love, but then also the ending of love. There was a married couple, and they held the world record for the longest kiss. It wasn't like that. It wasn't so romantic. It was really more of just them kind of stuck together.
Yeah.
They kissed for how long do you think they kissed for?
So world record.
World record.
Longest kiss.
Longest kiss.
Because you have to breathe.
Well, yes, you can breathe. And the way that you see them kissing again, it's like not the most romantic kiss. It's kind of, you see, where it's more of a platonic, this is my mother. She's, going through cancer treatment and I have to give her a kiss now.
I would say less than a full day.
I would say let's say 48 hours.
58 hours and 25 minutes, breaking the Guinness Book of World Records in 2023. They were very proud of this event. They were in love with each other. They were both from Thailand. However, they have now broken up. Yeah, they say they explained the competition's stringent rules, including sustaining the kiss during toilet trips and having to pass water between each other's mouths, which he claimed made the experience far from enjoyable. So I think they have PTSD from the longest kiss in human history.
Obviously, that would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, you have to baby bird everything.
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
And also, you would think your lips would sort of get callous. You would get dry, obviously, hence the water.
And he's got a little bit of stubble, too.
Well, he should have shaved. I bet you the stubble came in. I mean, it's 58 hours.
That's true, yeah.
So he probably started clean shaven. Next thing you know, his hair is poking into her chin.
Oh.
And I wonder if it was just a non-event every other time they kissed after that.
Well, it's got to be nothing.
They may have never kissed after that ever again.
I mean, how many hours? Can you Google that? How many hours in a person's life do they spend kissing? Because 58 hours seems about max total.
Oh, that's true.
I have no idea what that answer would be.
Well, that's a fascinating question.
So he says, I am very proud. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We spent a long time together, and I'm trying to remember the good memories and that we did this together.
Wow. On average, people spend about 2 weeks or 20,160 minutes kissing in their lifetime.
Okay.
2 weeks. We got 2 days out of 2 weeks.
They almost had a lifetime of kissing right there in the start of the relationship. The 2-time winners of the competition, they also won it in 2011. That was when they lasted 46 hours and 24 minutes. And then apparently some other smoochers came along in 2012, beat their record, so they had to go back and do it again. Yes, they initially didn't want to sign up in 2011. It was scheduled a few days before Valentine's Day, and they say, you know what? We just want to spend time in each other's arms. So they said, let's do it.
Spend time in each other's lips.
Yeah.
Indeed.
There's other kissing facts here. A kiss can contain 278 different bacteria, 95% which are non-dangerous. Kissing can lead to, quote, hot kissing disease.
What's that?
Which can cause colds, tuberculosis, and other conditions.
Tuberculosis? They really escalated that fast.
Put the kiss in tuberculosis.
Also, would you go to Dr. Sexy for that diagnosis?
Yeah.
You've been diagnosed with hot kissing disease.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hey, can you stop playing AC/DC while you tell me I'm about to die? Well, if you don't want to learn the news the fun way.
Hot for teacher.
So they also were approximately promised 50 Thai baht, which are about $1,200 euro, and a diamond ring. So that was more than enough to convince the couple to get involved and do the kissing competition. They say there were a lot of people there. There were around 14 couples competing and a lot of media hovering around them. He says, I felt like I was going to faint. Some of the spectators handed me an inhaler to support me along the way. So yes, romance it is not.
Yeah.
But a competition that they won it is.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That's right.
You start with minty breath, you finish, and you're both feeling disgusting.
Yep.
And smelling disgusting.
Well, I hope they didn't finish.
That
That
would have been over way quicker.
Sir, did you just ejaculate in your pants? We've given you an extra 10 minutes. Wow.
I also wonder if there were people that weren't in a couple, like
Just like
Jimmy's, you know, an athlete. He knows how to breathe. Like,
Yeah, they look like athletes.
I mean, it's an athletic feat. It is an athletic feat, Mr. Kyle.
It's true. It is true.
Because
you try kissing for 2 days.
No, thank you.
I kiss my dog. I kiss my dog all day. I probably kiss Jerry 5,000 times a day.
Oh.
Real fast. And then he's like, "Rah!" He's all mad and shit. But whatever, I bought him. So actually, he was given to me.
You birthed him.
I birthed him. Every day I remind him that. I birthed you. And he's like, I don't think so. So they were stunned by the rules. Apparently, the lips must be touching at all times. And also, the couple must be awake at all times. So you can't cheat and sleep.
Jeez.
So one person can't take a chance, take a little rest as the other person kisses them, and then vice versa.
Yeah, there's probably people showing up duct taping their heads together so they could sleep and just say it counts.
Not allowed. Not allowed, Kyle.
Wow. They thought of everything.
Absolutely they did. Contestants must stand during the attempt and cannot be propped together by any aids, and that adult diapers and incontinence pants also banned.
What?
So they want to see these people shit, piss, and kiss.
That's the real spectacle.
Shit, piss, kiss. Shit, piss, kiss.
It makes no sense why that would be banned.
Because they're very serious about this.
No, I know, but what does it matter if they're shitting their diaper while they're kissing? Some people probably are into that, too.
I'm sure that they are. And again, this is a bonding moment.
It sounds like the opposite.
Well,
is this for bragging rights? What's the prize?
they get the ring and the 1,200 euro.
Oh, that's right.
A
Yeah.
diamond ring.
A diamond ring so you can get married. Yeah, they went on. They did it. They were like, fine, we know all the rules. We can do this.
He looks miserable in this picture.
Well, he just got finished kissing this woman for 58 hours.
Yeah, but in this picture, he's got the glasses on. In this one, he doesn't. They must have fogged up during the whole thing.
Well, I don't think you can wear the glasses. What's the
Why
point?
would you wear the glasses?
You're not really looking very far.
Yeah, you don't want to see.
The worst would
You don't
be
want to see your partner while you're kissing her, do you?
worst would be if you had to stare him in the eyes the whole time.
That's a show of dominance.
Is it?
To kiss with your eyes wide open, it's insane.
I think that's a bit odd.
Yeah, it's definitely odd.
Does anyone do that? I'm going to ask the chat for the Patreon. Does anyone kiss with their eyes open?
It happened to me in high school with a girl. She was just
Staring at you.
opened my eyes, and
weird.
she just like crazy eyes. I was like, this is awesome.
Kind of bizarre.
You want to look at each other while we smooch?
Nope.
A lot of people, they say, collapsed during it. So people are just dropping like flies, and they're doing it. They're just like, we can do this.
Wow.
So yes, the couples, they were allowed to drink from a straw, and then they devised a strategy which they would hold the water in their mouth and then they would spit it into each other's mouths. But that was their technique. So that's why they won.
You got to get the beer helmet with the loop-de-loops.
Now, that might not be allowed. That might be considered a prop.
That's true.
And they're very stringent on the props.
So without the diaper, they were just pissing their pants then?
Unless they were able to hold.
For sure not.
No
Sorry.
way.
Right?
48 hours. No
58.
way. 58 hours. Okay, 48 maybe, but 58 no way.
Yeah. Apparently, by the time 7 couples fell out, the lady, she was like, no, we are not losing this. And they're like, all right. He said, fine. He says, my wife said, we need to keep fighting. So I carried on. But it was really difficult. We were trying to balance and walk to the restroom. We were trying not to trip over our own legs. So that's interesting. So you could mosey to the bathroom, I guess.
Okay.
But you had, again, to do it together, which is a brand new bathroom sign. Now they're letting kissing couples in the bathrooms.
Oh, my God.
Changing in front of my son?
Yeah.
He says, when we finally got there to the bathroom, I didn't care. I was so tired. So they just did it all together. They watched it all happen, which could be, again, as you said, it could be romantic in some ways.
Yeah.
Would you really care if your balls are about to burst?
No, I really,
anywhere at that point.
No, I mean, we're talking about $1,200 here and a damn wedding ring. That's good money.
It is, but
It's enough to fix an alternator.
it's gotta, that's about what you are going to pay for your car repairs.
Yeah.
Well, you and Kaylina get to smooching.
Hey.
Yeah, there you go. You could get your money back.
I want to see a competition where you got to touch butts.
Yeah, I could do that forever.
Yeah, just touch butts for 58 hours straight.
Then you're pooping back and forth.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
I was wondering too. I'm sure there's been staring contests that have gone on way longer.
Had to have been.
Yeah,
Oof.
that must be a thing, right?
I can't do staring contests. I blink in like 5 seconds. I'm like,
Yeah, it's weird staring at someone. You start to look into their soul.
yeah.
Like George Bush looked into Vladimir Putin's soul and said he's a good guy.
Ooh.
I saw God in his eyes. So they say the happiness was overclouded with how tired I was. I just wanted to rest and drink.
And not kiss my girlfriend anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, it's been canceled since 2013.
Yeah, this is their world record holders on a technicality. Someone
Why?
would have beat it. They don't. Well, Guinness Book of World Records doesn't recognize it as a thing anymore.
Well, but it still does.
Yes, it recognizes this last one, but they've since canceled the category.
Right. Yeah. Okay. But it still does count.
Yeah, because they were like, this is not great. People are shitting their pants, and we're getting people in trouble here.
Well, okay.
Also, we talked about this with the Cleveland balloon disaster of '86.
Mm-hmm.
The Guinness Book of Record is so random.
Yeah,
Like what constitutes a category?
what they choose to recognize.
You know what I mean? Like I could keep my hand on this table for 3 weeks. Who cares?
Right.
Well, that's something special. I watched a special on the guy who broke most of the Guinness, or just he would create stuff where it's like, I'm going to run a mile and juggle and fart.
Oh,
and then they'd be like, wow, you set that record. No problems there.
Cool.
So he has 1,000 of them, but they're also kind of goofy and sort of an embarrassment to the family.
We don't talk to Daryl anymore.
Well, he has all these he has all these Guinness World Records, but they're really stupid.
I wish I had a family to share these with.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're separated now. So this couple is done.
Oof.
So they broke the record in 2013. They made it another 12 years, and then they said we've had enough with each other. We hate looking at each other, and now we're divorcing.
Yeah.
So anyway, isn't that exciting?
Oof.
It is a little sad as well.
Oh, their lips probably peeled hard off each other. That's just too long.
It's love.
It's too long.
It's love.
You got some love on your lips there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of love, this is very interesting, and it's probably a complete and utter lie. It comes from Southern Africa. A 15-year-old girl, she says that she got pregnant through oral sex.
Oh.
Yeah, but most likely that's not the case. She had abdominal pains, and she says there were contractions. In utter disbelief, they were revealed to be labor pains because she was pregnant.
Wow.
But then they discovered the teen had no vaginal opening, a rare defect that only affects 4,000 out of 10,000 newborn girls, which seems like a lot.
What?
Imagine that
I don't think
surprise.
this is the U.S. Sun. I don't think that between
You
4,000.
get down there, you're like, what?
Okay, it affects between 4,000 and 10,000 newborn girls altogether, not 4,000 out of 10,000.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a lot.
Well, that's 40%.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my, what? Half these chicks don't have pussies? What is happening?
They're swallowing and making babies?
Anyway.
It's like the movie Children of Men or something. Humanity's going to collapse.
Yeah. So, anyway, they're like, well, what the heck could have happened? In theory, it was impossible for this teen to get pregnant. She has vaginal atresia, which makes it impossible to give birth through the vagina. This meant the doctors had to perform a C-section, and she birthed a 6.2-pound baby boy. However, the doctors are still puzzled on how did she get pregnant. The girl claims that in months leading up to the birth, she noticed changing in her body. But because she did not have vaginal sex or a vaginal opening, she did not believe she was pregnant. But she went to the doctor and she was 9 months pregnant. Doctors somehow believe it's possible that she got pregnant through giving oral sex.
What?
I don't know.
Man, that's every guy's worst nightmare.
Guy's worst nightmare.
Yeah,
Imagine
you get head from a girl.
baby. I know, no.
You think you're safe?
Well, yes. From that perspective as well, you'd be like, no, don't worry. Like Dave Attell had I think the name of his comedy CD was "Your Mouth Can't Get Pregnant."
Your mouth can't get pregnant.
Classic, very classy Dave Attell, as always. Yeah, that would be a surprise. But I think if I was the girl, it would be more like I swallowed it.
Yeah.
And now it's swimming in my stomach and has become a baby.
Wow. That's
a lot.
Also be a nightmare.
That's a total nightmare.
That's a tough motherfucker right there. That baby's going to be so tough.
So,
which goes to show you should always spit.
Yeah, but then you can save it. That's what some guys are afraid of.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Very bizarre.
Yeah.
So this story, it does play on some serious things here. Mm-hmm. She confided in a nurse that her ex-boyfriend had attacked her in what she describes as a mini war when he caught her giving oral sex to a new partner. So the ex-boyfriend, they were already broken up. And then he walked in, you're like, you're sucking another man's dick.
Where would he find it? Stumble across that.
Dick Sucking Alley. She went to Dick Sucking Alley where you suck dicks.
And that's her name.
She just had the door wide open.
So the experts decided, this is what the experts are deciding, not just me, who is known as a medical doctor in some different homeless establishment. The experts decided the sperm she swallowed made its way to her reproductive organs through, this is disgusting, stab wounds.
What?
Oh my
So
God.
apparently she was stabbed, sucking this dude's dick. He's still finished somehow. And then through the stab wounds, the seaman got her pregnant in her reproductive organs. This is South Africa. I am not sure how medically accurate this is. But that's what they're saying.
If I've ever heard of a miracle baby, it's this one.
Wow.
I remember that when they were like, no, there's no room at the inn, but you can suck his cock in the barn.
And as long as no one stabs you, you won't get pregnant.
Yeah.
That our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is a throat baby?
It could be.
Yeah, I mean,
Possible.
wow.
Very possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think she was cheating.
Yeah. I think that Mary was just banging like everyone in town. And Joseph was a bit of a cuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, the fact that, this is what the established science says. The fact that the son resembled the father excluded it as an event more miraculous, excluded it as an even more miraculous conception. So they're saying, what a miraculous conception. It seems like this baby was born in a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
Or at least conceived in a lot of trauma. Mm-hmm. So what makes the pregnancy even more surprising is that the stomach acid is usually strong enough to kill sperm, making it unable to fertilize an egg.
Yeah.
Because we got the strong tummy acid.
Yeah.
It's like when you put a nail in Coca-Cola and it dissolves.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
But in this case, it's a bunch of spunk.
Yeah, sperm's not going to survive Taco Bell.
No.
Oh man, I pulled the trigger. I got some T-Bell yesterday.
Oh boy.
It just works.
Bong.
It just simply gets the job done.
Did you get one of those Lux boxes?
No, I got the dinner for two, but there was just me and my dog.
Nice.
Well, that was two.
Yeah, that's what I said to myself. So the medical team says it's the most plausible explanation is that the sperm survived because the girl had no food in her stomach at the time of the attack. Again,
That means more acid.
I don't know. They believe this lowered the acidity in her stomach. Okay. So because she's like, I'm all hungry. I'll suck dick. Oh my God, Tommy. She's getting stabbed a bunch.
Oh my God.
Then the lower acidity in her stomach allowed the sperm to travel through her stab wounds, reach her uterus, where it then fertilized the egg. Can some woman in the comment section of our Patreon please answer, is any of this possible?
Yeah, does this sound legitimate to anyone?
My God almighty. So that's that. That's literally the entire story. So it's a miracle. It's a miracle.
This just happened?
This just happened.
Okay, because I want to see how that baby is doing.
The baby's gonna be, it's 6.2 pounds. I guess it's alive, and it's gonna have a whole traumatic experience when it finds out who his dad is and how he was born.
Yeah.
So any comments?
No one's commenting on this story yet.
Okay.
They're still caught up on the whole Guinness Book of World Records thing.
Okay. Well, we'll get to you at the end of the show. Please, female audience members, let us know what in the world? Now what? All right. Well, speaking of strange surgeries, this one is interesting and positive. A Canadian man. He was blind. And you wonder, could he ever see? Interestingly enough, he had a surgery which implanted his tooth in his eye.
What?
And because of this, he can now see, much like that Creed song. So, Brent Chapman underwent one of Canada's first ever tooth-in-eye surgeries. It's insane. They say, this is according to Dr. Greg Maloney, it is a rare operation that most people have not heard of or even know that there is an eye surgeon.
Oh, yeah. Shoving a tooth in your eye?
Yes. This guy is an ophthalmologist and a surgeon. And apparently this is quite interesting. It's been called osteoodontokeratoparosis.
Sure.
It uses a patient's own tooth to craft a support structure for an artificial cornea.
Can't you put anything hard in there then?
Yeah.
Getting ready in the morning is a little bit difficult. I gotta brush my teeth and my eye.
Got some hard right here.
He's a little long in the eye.
Yeah, I think you get a little corn in your tooth. No, that's just a contact lens. So the operation is done in two parts. First, Maloney and his team removed one of Chapman's teeth, shaved it down to a rectangle, drilled a hole, and popped a plastic optical lens inside of it. This is insane.
Yeah.
We're going from throat babies to teeth eyes.
Yeah.
Does it need to be a tooth because it's your own DNA and it won't be rejected? Because we have like 3D printers shit that we can do now.
It must be that. It must be that.
That's so weird.
The tooth then got a temporary home in his cheek. So they put the tooth in his cheek like a little pouch for safekeeping. And then
They didn't have like a drawer they could keep it in?
No, maybe to Kyle's point, that tooth stayed for 3 months. Ooh. So the tooth had to get like used to not being in the mouth. It had to be in the cheek. It's a traveling tooth. It's a real Feifel story. So they say the tooth doesn't have any connective tissue that it can actually pass a suture through to connect it to the eyeball. So the point of implanting it for 3 months is for it to gain the layer of supporting tissue. So basically, you put a tooth anywhere in your body, at some point, tissue is just going to start circling like a tooth burrito, and then you get a whole foreign thing in your freaking mouth, and you got to name it and take care of it, walk it. Oh my God.
This is creepy.
Yeah, this episode really has a lot of wacky foreign things in mouths.
This is Canadian. Even the wackiest of all the foreign.
I was thinking this came from a health book in, Germany from 1942.
No, Mengele didn't solve anything.
Van Oman saying it sounds like something Mengele experimented with.
Yeah, but he just he didn't solve anything.
He just fucking shoved tooths in people's eyes.
Turns out the twin don't feel it. I punched the one twin, but the other twin didn't feel it.
Or do you think Mengele did solve some things and then just didn't care?
No, we took all the good stuff the Nazis made and we're just like, no, a French dude told us.
Yeah.
So Maloney prepared the eye by removing the top layer of the eye surface and replacing it with a soft tissue graft from inside of Chapman's cheek. This graft needs a few months to heal so it can support the implant. They say the initial procedure, it went smooth, and they monitored it for months. And then when it's time for the second surgery, Chapman's tooth will be removed from his cheek, placed into his eyeball, and then the team will graft and remove the damaged iris and lens, sew the tooth with its new optical lens into the eye. The graft will then be re-sewn over the eye, leaving a small hole for the lens to peek through.
Yeah.
That is nuts. I mean, it's kind of encouraging. This is amazing in many ways.
I think this is just prep for him to be human centipeded.
Oh, you think he's going to go ass to mouth?
Yeah, I think this is the prep for it.
All I know is you got to do real bad things in life to get that middle centipede spot. Because really, if you're the front of the centipede, life ain't that bad.
No, it's actually you're getting your ass eaten the whole time.
Getting your ass eaten the whole time, you're eating pretty good.
I wonder what the record for that is.
Yeah.
Ass eating.
Man,
I don't know.
I think I said it.
69 hours. How about that?
Hey, there we go. I can get in there. But then the bathroom situation would really become an issue.
Probably guys that wait for you to do that and then get in there.
Yeah, I was watching a video of an OnlyFans woman who met with her like number one fan.
Yeah.
And it was real weird. The guy gave her like $35,000 and then like she touched his hand and he was like, ooh, soft. It was just odd. It's a strange relationship, the number one donor to an OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
But, anyway, so they say the teeth might seem like an unlikely candidate, but it's actually a perfect fit because teeth contain dentin, which is the ideal tissue to house a plastic lens without the body, to your point, without the body rejecting it.
Oh, okay.
You did hit on that. So the fact it's his tooth, he's like, the body is like, I know you tooth.
You're in. You pass.
You're passed. You're fine. Yeah, it's a little fucking weird. You're up here. You're supposed to be down there, tooth.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they say with any ocular surgery of any kind, there's a chance that we could introduce infection and lose all our vision. But this is a last-ditch effort. In 2022, a study out of Italy found that 27 years post-surgery, 94% of patients still had vision. So I guess this has been happening for like a while. I just had no idea. So I don't know about a lot of stuff, but I definitely didn't know that eyeballs and teeth had anything in common.
He's got that twinkle in his eye. That was just my fucking incisor.
Yeah, that's a little pepper. They forgot a little pepper out of my tooth. I was having corn on the cob before they plucked it.
You have a beautiful smile.
Oh,
and your mouth ain't bad either.
Indeed. Yeah. You just got an eyeball for a tooth. Yeah, they put the eyeball where the tooth is. I don't even know why they did that, but anyway, I got a tooth for an eye for a tooth. It's like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I'm like a whole proverb.
So why doesn't Stevie Wonder do this?
Well,
because he can see.
Stevie Wonder, he can see shapes.
He caught a microphone that was falling down.
Because he's also, well, you saw Daredevil.
Yeah, that's true.
They hear, the blind hear things differently. They have sonar. They're like bats.
Yeah.
If you lost your sight, it would take you only a matter of time before your hearing would improve.
Ooh.
And vice versa.
Wow.
Take it from me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. So this guy who is blind has undergone 50 surgeries, so much, over the past 20 years, all aimed at restoring his eyesight.
So
and
it wasn't.
Hopefully this works because, I don't know, he's obviously wants to see.
Yeah, so it wasn't an immediate success. I mean, 50 surgeries.
No, this is the 50 other types of surgeries.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then finally they're like, buddy, the answer has been right in front of our face the whole time.
It's been in our face.
It's been in our face. It's been in your mouth.
So they tried a bunch of stuff before the tooth thing.
Then they went with the tooth.
Got it.
Yeah, apparently the 33-year-old massage therapist, he lost his eye to a rare autoimmune reaction triggered by a dose of ibuprofen.
What?
He took after a basketball game when he was only 13 years old. So there you go. New fear unlocked.
Yeah, don't ruin ibuprofen for me.
I need it.
I guess this guy's body was like, you take this, you gonna go blind.
Wow. Oh, man.
And then indeed he did. So sad. So he's 13 when he lost his eyesight. I think would you rather be blind at birth or blind later on, so you know what the world looks like? Or if you're blind at birth, you're just like, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. I don't care.
Probably at birth. Yeah, because then you don't have the tease of knowing what's out there.
Right.
Ugh,
True.
That's brutal.
I think I might go birth too. But then again, it might be kind of nice to see a sunset so you know what it looks like.
Right.
Permanently in your bank.
But then also, is that just like taunting you at all times?
Yeah.
Now, the goal is not to go blind.
Yeah, that is one of my biggest fears ever.
But if you are blind and you're listening, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Because I would listen to radio nonstop, and that would be something that I listen to my sports radio. I listen to baseball games on radio, football on radio.
Same. Yeah.
It's way better.
I do love audio.
Yeah.
So
Lets the mind run wild.
it really does.
Yeah.
But then blind or deaf, I think I would rather be deaf.
I don't know, but then you're making a ton of noise not knowing it.
Yeah, what the fuck do I care? I'm already making a ton of noise and not knowing it. And now I have to hear people being like, hey, can you shut up? Before I just be like, I'm fucking deaf. Shut the fuck up.
I thought of another fear, too.
Uh-oh.
Could there be an accident where the tooth fairy gouges your eye out?
Yeah, you know.
Ooh, leaves 5 cents in there. Hey, Tooth Fairy, have you heard of inflation? Can I get $1? So anyway, apparently this has been done before, and we hope this person success, as now they have a brand new view of life.
Wow.
Looking through the eye lens. They say if we're successful in getting this up and running and stabilized in Vancouver, then we will be the only active North American center for the operation. So
Amazing.
We're supposed to be tops when it comes to medicine here.
Yeah.
Obviously we're not, but we should be. So this is a good step forward, I guess.
This is the guy here, Dr. Greg Maloney.
Yep.
And yeah,
He's not full of baloney.
I was going to say, he's probably just, had to stick up his ass being like, everyone calling me phony Maloney.
Yeah.
You'll fucking see. These teeth will make people see. You'll all see.
Putting googly eyes on everyone's teeth and braces. He's like, you'll see one day.
You know what they say? In the kingdom of the blind, the man with one tooth is king.
That's right.
I heard that before, brother. All right. Do we have any comments?
Yes.
All right. Let's wrap it up.
There's a lot of people that are saying their fears are being unlocked here today.
Yeah, right.
Vanessa saying, I watch serial documentaries to fall asleep, and somehow this episode has managed to traumatize me. Must be a great show.
Yep. I know. Throat babies and eyeball teeth eyeballs. And it's all real.
Yeah.
Somehow. Although, well.
Yeah, she said, you guys are freaking me out. I've done a great job of not getting pregnant in my 40 years. You're all scaring me now.
Hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm scared.
Kelsey's saying 0 chance of that story being real.
Okay.
Okay. And I believe Kelsey.
Yeah.
But that is, it does, again, Southern Africa.
Yeah.
Perhaps their medical system is a little different. Perhaps they believe in a slightly more obtuse version of pregnancy.
And we did get it from The Onion.
No, that was not from The Onion. That was not
Fake
from
facts.
The Onion.
Just joking.
No, everything is very real.
Yeah.
Here on OK Bud.
Vanessa saying the world record book is for people who need to feel special.
That's true, and many times they are special.
Yes, Panoman, Oregon has a special person in his life. His grade school PE teacher has the Guinness World Record for playing the most holes of golf in 24 hours. Cindy Lent from Genoa City, Wisconsin, 1995. They had a whole school assembly to congratulate her, and she actually signed a book for him in 1996.
There you go. Let's go, Wisco.
509 holes in 24 hours.
How?
That's a lot.
That is a lot. It sounds like Bonnie Blue all over again.
I get tired after 9.
I was like, she didn't want to go home.
Yeah, I'm not a golfer. Golf is so surprisingly difficult.
It is, yeah. I love playing.
Yeah, I've been playing since I was little, and of course I suck at it.
Well, everyone that I know that plays golf, they don't seem to enjoy it, but they do it.
No.
I go with my buddy, and he's always screaming and throwing his clubs in the water, and I'm just like, why? We're
In
just
the
trying to have fun.
water?
Yeah, he'll get rid of clubs.
Jeez.
I don't know.
He's
It's
insane.
for a sport that's not contact or physical in any way. It does seem like there's a lot of blood and screaming and tearing.
Yeah, it's all up in the cabeza, and that's the hardest game,
That really is. Isn't that the truth?
right?
Or the tooth.
Yeah, isn't that the tooth?
Thank you all so much for listening to this episode. Again, apologies for the small snafus this
Yes.
week, but we are working man out here. Or they are. I'm more of a cuddle guy. I like to cuddle my dog, and I've been playing Call of Duty, which is more difficult than one would think.
Yeah,
There's turtles. They introduced the TMNT pack, so I've been killing Raphael.
Oh, really?
'Cause I can't figure out how to become them.
oh,
You have to buy it. You have to buy skins.
Oh, God.
I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
I can't.
So you're one of those, if you can't become them, you kill them.
Hail yourselves, everyone. We'll be back next week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. Again, patreon.com/diebud, okbudpod@gmail.com. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.